Well, you know, thank you. I was listening to the roll call. For a minute, I thought I had it. But it's funny how it works out the other way usually. So, oh, well, better luck next time. In any event, congratulations, Speaker Madigan, and to your family. It's good to see them here. Thank you. Congratulations to all, including our new members, Melissa Conyers, Latoya Greenwood, Brad Halbrecht, you're coming back for seconds. You're a very brave soul. Mike Halpin, Jerry Long, Teresa Ma, Tony McCombie, Lindsay Parkhurst, Steve Reich, Nick Sauer, Dave Severin, Alan Skillicorn, Justin Slaughter, Ryan Spain, Juliana Stratton, Katie Stewart, and Dan Swanson. Congratulations to you and your families. That's a big freshman class, and boy, I tell you, the lungs are working pretty well today. For many of you, this is an incredible dream and a pursuit of a lifetime. For others, you happen to be in the right place at the right time, and I think you know who I'm talking about, and I think you know what I'm talking about. But I also want to thank the families, spouses, and partners of the new and incumbent members for allowing these men and women to take on this most noble of causes, that is fixing our state and making Illinois a better state for future generations. I have sat through these proceedings in different capacities over the years. And over those years, I have listened, pondered, and reflected on words spoken by many great statesmen and women. I vividly recall the worldly sage advice conveyed to me as a freshman legislator, which rings true today. It is a profound statement which provided me guidance and meaning during the most challenging of times. And those words are, keep your mouth shut and do what you're told. My advice to the freshman class, listen, learn, observe, ask questions, get your footing. Respond to your constituents. That is the most important thing above all that you can do as an elected representative. At some point, you will feel overwhelmed and question why you have taken on this position. But trust me, it's worth it. And remember this, presidents are made under our dome, not to mention U.S. senators, congressmen, and statewide officials. Use your Springfield staff and secretaries. They are amazing and resourceful. I imagine many of the questions and concerns you have been addressed by them in the past. Use them. It'll make your life easier. Sometimes your constituents will confuse you with a member of Congress. Durkin, Durbin, Duncan, we've heard all that. I've got a lot of confusion with my name on the national level and also international levels at times. I think we've talked about that, but that's okay. So when someone calls you up and asks you about a visa issue or Medicare, don't say this is a federal issue, you need to talk to your congressman. You take the initiative. You call your congressman's office and help facilitate the solution. Why not? And trust me, your congressman will take your call. Helping a constituent and finding a solution for them is one of the most gratifying moments of this experience. And you will realize in time that our jobs are more than casting a vote. At least you will after today. I have had the great pleasure of traveling the state over my career, and I never tire of it. I have learned much from this, and I have a greater appreciation for values in the different regions of our state. That is important because what's important in my town, Western Springs, Illinois, may not be as important in Aledo, Illinois, where Representative Dan Swanson lives, or in Savannah, Illinois, where Representative Tony McCombie lives, or Anna, Illinois, Terry Bryant, or St. Marie, where David Rice lives. All beautiful parts of the state. And what I'm saying is that our state is rich with diversity and ideas. And this is how I learn and grow from this job. Please consider the reach and the firmly held beliefs of your colleagues. We may disagree, but exercise tolerance and respect. You will grow as a person and also as a legislator with that attitude. I am a firm believer in bipartisan solutions. It has been said that bipartisanship helps to avoid extremes and unbalances. It causes compromises and accommodations. It has also been said that necessity is the mother of bipartisanship. And friends, I believe necessity is upon us. I am willing to work with the Democrat caucus on the big and small issues. Many I have helped in some way or another with important legislation in their districts, and many of you have helped me as well. Representative Gordon Booth, just 2 days ago, we were successful in passing the Victim Trauma Recovery Center bill, which we worked on together. Great piece of legislation. Thank you. Representative Manley, your first bill a few years back. I spoke to you before the debate and spared you the uncomfortable grilling that comes along with the freshman legislator with their first bill. We worked collectively to help your bill gain passage and ultimately become the law of Illinois. Representative Turner, you and I have spent time in my office discussing second chance legislation for low-level offenders. We worked through concerns and passed legislation with overwhelming bipartisan support. Why? Because it was the right thing to do. Leader Lang, you and I have worked together, bipartisan, on very difficult issues over many years, but in these past 2 years, we worked on a very, very, very serious issue to combat the tragic heroin epidemic in Illinois, and also legislation to afford the sick and infirm the ability to enjoy some quality of life in coping with illnesses. Lou, thank you for your determination and leadership on these important issues. I could go on, but I hope you understand what I have done and what I will continue to do. Now, I've already welcomed your families, and again, we're glad you're here today. This is a momentous occasion, and I do offer my congratulations. But let me tell you about my family. I live in Western New York, that's the west suburbs of Cook County, with my wife and my family. My wife, Celeste, who's up in the gallery, and my stepdaughter, Adrian. Thank you for coming. And more importantly, thank you for allowing me to do this job for many years, for many nights home, away from home, when I'm not in when I'm in session, when I'm not in session. I told my wife when I took this job a few years back, she asked me whether or not it's going to take any more time. I said, just a little bit. A year ago, she said, you sold me a bill of goods. It takes a lot of work, but I do appreciate her consideration on raising our family. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Celeste. Love you. I am one of 8 Irish Catholic boys that grew up in the west side of Chicago in the west suburbs of Cook County in a 3.5-bedroom house. An Irish Catholic family with labor leanings. It doesn't exactly fit the typical Republican profile, but what the heck, here I am. Remember the kids' tables during Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner? Well, I was exiled there for a few years in my 30s after my first run for office and after my first votes back in 1995 as a representative. All good fun. But we learned a lot from each other. We learned about sacrifice from our parents. We learned that there is no substitute for hard work. We learned that humility and selflessness are never overworn. We learned to have each other's back, and most importantly, we learned that doing the right thing is always the right thing. My parents passed just a few years ago, and I miss them dearly. They are not here, but they are never gone. So I would like to impart upon you something my parents would repeat to myself and my brothers over the years. Leave a place better than you found it. We have all heard it in one form or another from our parents. And I cannot underscore the relevancy, timeliness, and importance of this today as we took our oath of office. Our state is suffering and is in need of help. By taking that oath, we are charged with fixing it. Today, we are at 2 years without a budget, a balanced budget. And yes, we need and must break this impasse. To break the impasse, both sides must respect each other's priorities. That means negotiate, compromise. And as I recall, that is what adults do at times of disagreement. Now, my caucus is not afraid to work, roll their sleeves up. We have very bright, thoughtful, and determined members who are desperately seeking to be part of the solution. Now, it was just 2 years ago on this stage, the House Republicans were welcomed back to active participation in state government. 2 years later, it never really happened, and we find ourselves in the same place. Rather than solving problems, problems were created in the House. Sadly, our chamber was used more for political votes and fodder rather than resolving the problems our constituents are so desperately seeking. Votes were taken on bills never meant to pass or never meant to be taken up by the Senate or never intended to become the law. Why? To create political ads and mail pieces for strictly political purposes. On one occasion, we took 17 votes on the same property tax legislation. Really. There were votes after votes on issues that did nothing other than to put members on the record for the next campaign mail piece. Now, I'm sure Republicans did that at some time in the past. It was wrong then, and it's wrong today. I'm asking you, Mr. Speaker, to stop the gotcha votes, the purely political votes that do nothing to resolve the state's debt, our pension liability, and unemployment. This tactic is unworthy of our chamber and of our oath of office. That is not active participation in state government. Enough is enough. Now, I'm sure Republicans did that at some time in the past. It was wrong then, and it's wrong today. I'm asking you, Mr. Speaker, to stop the gotcha votes, the purely political votes that do nothing to resolve the state's debt, our pension liability, and unemployment. This tactic is unworthy of our chamber and of our oath of office. That is not active participation in state government. Enough is enough. Fixing our state means respecting those that make this state great. And I do believe that we live in a great state. Why not fix our pensions once and for all? Why not pay down our damn bills? Excuse me, pardon my language, but that's how I feel. Can you imagine what would happen if we ran our households like we run our state finances? We'd have another 118 home foreclosures in Illinois if we did. Why not put the unemployed back to work? Restore their dignity, make them proud contributing members of our society. Why not thank our employers and job creators? Why not give them and their employees the hero's welcome they so deserve through legislation that makes their mission stronger and encourages job growth and expansion? Yes, job growth and expansion in Illinois. How about that? What a novel concept. It's happening throughout the Midwest. Take a look at Indiana, Wisconsin, Iowa, Kentucky, Missouri. It is possible to come back after a strong recession. Now, we heard a little bit about the quality of life of the middle class. I talk about that a lot. But I also want the middle class to tune in and listen carefully. My question to you, how have you fared over the past 20 years in Illinois? Right now, we have record debt, approximately $11 billion as of January 9th. Unemployment at 5.6%, a national average is 4.6%. And the underemployed, 11% in Illinois. Families are fleeing the state in record numbers. In the last 3 years, we have lost approximately 80,000 citizens, and we've lost 29,000 jobs over the last 16 years. I don't call that standing up for the middle class. Is that protecting anyone? The numbers speak for themselves. Now, I recently read that the House Democrats will embark on a more bold and clear agenda this General Assembly. I think that's great, and I commend them for that. It is also my sincere hope that your bold and clear agenda will begin with the paying down of our backlog of bills. If so, we will work with you. It is also my sincere hope that your bold and clear agenda will significantly reduce unemployment. If so, we will work with you. It is my sincere hope that your bold and clear agenda will reform our broken pension systems. If so, we will work with you. And lastly, it is my sincere hope that your bold and clear agenda will force, for the first time in many years, truly balanced budgets. If so, we will work with you. If that is your intention, then we will work with you every step of the way. I was going to finish up, but there's something I think it's important that we talk about, something that I talk about that needs more attention. And I'm glad the mayor of Chicago is here. Thank you, Mayor, for joining us. Now, I live in the western suburbs. I work in the city of Chicago with my other job, but I also spend a lot of time in the city with my legislative job. My family and I and all our friends, and I presume everybody here, entertains in the city of Chicago. It's an amazing, amazing town. It's the jewel by the lake and truly an international destination place. But I, like all of us here, are saddened, sickened, and angry with the daily news reports of shootings and murders in the city of Chicago. This must come to an end. We must take the streets back from those cowardly thugs who have destroyed neighborhoods and families. And this must be done with the federal, state, and local collaboration. We cannot go through another summer like we have witnessed in these past few years. I am pledging to work with the Democrat majority, the mayor of Chicago, to do everything we can to make our streets safe, and more importantly, so little children will not have to worry about walking to school or walking home. We need to do more of that. While we have problems with our budget, no one should feel good about what is happening. We need to do more as a legislative body. Society needs to do more as well. So, as I said, I will work with anyone to stop this. It's personal for so many members of this body. It's personal for people in this crowd. It's personal for everyone in the state of Illinois who believes that everyone has a right to grow up safe and to be able to pursue the American dream without danger. So, folks, let me just finish and just state that, yes, we will solve our problems. We will do that when we are united and not divided. This is truly an honor to be here. I want to thank all the members who are here today on this stage and congratulate them for this tremendous occasion and understanding that it is a very, very historic time in the state of Illinois. And I want everybody on this stage to be part of the solution, and we can when we are united. God bless you, and God bless the state of Illinois.